rock stars, Las Vegas, and social media. That's what we're talking about today on Geeks Are Sexy. Thanks for watching Geeks Are Sexy talk show, the show about technology, entrepreneurs, and social media. I'm your host, Michelle Roxy Davis, and my co-host Jen Zen is joining me for today's show. Hey, Geeks Are Sexy is brought to you by Infuse Wellness Center. Get hydrated, feel better at infuselv.com. So today on Geeks Are Sexy, we're going to talk about the rock and roll world of Frank Domino and what's been going on with him, because what's happening at Vamp tonight is Frank Domino. That's right. He's got a new album out, a lot of good stuff to talk about, and that's what subject of today is all about, rock and roll, everybody. So, Frank.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's going great. Everything is going good right now. We have some shows coming up after Vamped. We're doing some shows with Yuli Roth and Graham Bonnet in Chicago, Detroit,
Nice.
Ventura. So everything's going good right now.
You're traveling.
Yes, we're doing some traveling.
Got a lot of shows coming up. So you have an album that you just released.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
The album's called Old Habits Die Hard. It's on Frontiers Records. And produced by Paul Crook. I wrote all the music with. I wrote half the songs I wrote with Oz Fox from Stryper, and the other half I wrote with a friend of mine from Portland, Jeff Lubansky.
Nice.
What I wanted to do with this album is I didn't want to use any old material, so that's why I decided to, if I was going to do a solo album, which was different from doing a band album.
I was going to ask you, how is this different from any of your other albums?
Yeah, I think, the approach was much different. As I said before, writing for a band, you're writing to the strengths of the band and what the band wants to portray its image as, With this thing, it was a solo album, so it was nice to just do songwriting and present the music as it is. And that's why when the guys asked me, well, what kind of direction are we writing in? My thoughts are to just write good songs. Let's just write good songs, and then we'll take it from there. So
right.
That was it.
Because I'm sure just writing an album in general has so many elements to it. Not only the songwriting, but who's going to be producing the song, who's going to be singing and performing the song in general.
Right.
Yeah.
When I talked to Paul when he decided to produce the album, my idea was to have the rhythm section the same, so it wouldn't sound like different, because I didn't have a band. So I knew there was going to be a lot of different musicians, but I wanted the songs to come, the rhythm section to come from the same area, the same place, so it wouldn't sound like different bands. And
I like that you do have a lot of rock stars that are incorporated in this album.
Great musicians.
Legendary
great guitar
rock
players.
stars,
I had Pat Thrall, one of the greatest guitar players on the face of the earth right now. Ricky Medlock, Oz Fox, of course Punky from Punky Meadows, from Angel, and of course Jeff Duncan from Armored Saint.
Yay, Jeff! I got to give a Jeff Duncan shout out, because I just love me some Jeff Duncan and Nicole Hatcher.
Jeff Duncan, Jeff is the best. He's he'll be with me for all these shows, so I wouldn't be doing the shows without him.
So tonight at Vamped. Tonight you'll be performing.
Yes.
Everybody's gonna hear you sing, and tell us about the event tonight.
Well, I did. I did include some Angel songs. I mean, a lot of people have asked me to do lots of Angel songs, but the idea is to have.
We're like, that's all we wanted to hear. Okay, we had a good segment. Okay, we're good, and we're out.
No.
Yeah, I wanted to have a nice mixture of both. So there's probably about half and half right now. So
now I gotta ask, what are some of your best memories of being with Angel? Was it touring Japan, playing Madison Garden, supporting Styx gigs at Boston Garden? Which
There
one?
was so many of them.
So many.
You know, there were crazy times in the studio. We were the last ones to use Studio C at the record plant before it burned down. It was a huge
Wow.
studio. And Steven Stills had come in. He was doing the session after us, and he came in as we were going out. And he brought all his guitars in and everything. And we left that night. He brought his guitars in, and he chained them to the poles, so no one would take them. Locked
Oh my
locked the cases, and the fire started.
No.
He lost I think he lost a Hammond organ in there, and luckily I believe some of those big gobos fell on top of the guitars, so it saved some of the guitars.
Oh my God.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's a good story.
but we did do the Christmas song there, which was the last time they had this big, huge pipe organ there, and it was the last time it was ever used before the
Wow.
studio burned down.
That's some
Which
in the
is-
history books, right?
Which is sad, but you know, it's nice to be the last one that used it, I guess.
So I want to get geeky a little bit here.
Let's do it.
You know, with your new album, there were some of the musicians that you had never even met. There was some live streaming where you guys were performing and you had never even seen each other in person. And now with technology, how do you feel that way?
Well, I have met all the guys.
Yeah.
Of course, I know all the guys.
Yes.
But what happened was when we started to record, John Michelli was back in New Jersey, back home, and Justin, the keyboard player, was in Los Angeles. So what we had to do is we had to stream the music.
All at the same
Yeah,
time.
all at the same time. Yeah.
And compared to how it was back in the day,
Impossible.
It's just-
I know, it's crazy.
so what do you think about social
You know-
media and all of these things
You know,
going
back
on?
in the day, we were all in one room.
I know,
you
right? All
And
performing at
And I
once.
was singing where, you know, you couldn't really hear it off the record. I was singing a guide track instead of singing then later on I did put guide tracks on, but I was singing in the room as they were playing and stuff. So we were all like huddled, you know.
Which I feel like that's how it should be, but
Yeah,
nowadays
yeah.
not everyone can be at the same
Yeah,
place.
it's a hard thing when you go through that then to accept that, you know, this guy's 3,000 miles
I know.
away. You know, it's
true.
very, very weird.
Kind
But-
of makes me think about when we first started doing, remember Periscope and all that stuff,
Oh,
and we were
Meerkat.
and we would be sitting in our
Oh, yeah.
houses like, I'm going to take a video. Can you see me, Michelle? And we would like, I mean,
There were some stories
just a
that-
couple of years ago
yeah.
to now, how technology's advanced.
So with,
you know?
I was going to ask with
Yeah.
social media and live streaming, what do you think of everything from Instagram to Periscope to
Right.
Snapchat to all that stuff?
You know, it would have been a nice thing to have when albums are relevant, but now it's kind of like piled on with albums being irrelevant as far as selling them. You know,
Right, right.
Because even with my album is streamed on Spotify. So I mean, there's so many different ways to get music, and it's a good thing, but it's also really difficult to
Difficult,
you
time
gotta-
consuming.
yeah, I mean, you really got to spend some time, and you know,
I
my
mean, it should-
my sons do it. They're younger,
Yeah.
so they do it all the time. So I kind of like lean on them to hear, like, okay, and I'll ask them certain bands, or
Right.
I'm looking,
Right.
and I'm looking through all this stuff, being lazy, you know.
But I was looking on all the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You're all on there.
Yeah.
You have all the platforms,
Yeah.
and you know it should be a musician's job just to focus on the music and
Right.
making their performance epic. But nowadays it goes way further than
Yeah,
that. So, but big shout out to Peter Kalish,
Yes,
Management.
yes.
He gave me a call, brought you in here.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he did. So tonight at Vamped.
Yes.
Everybody follow Vamped on social media. Follow Frank Domino on social media. Follow Jen Zen on social media.
or just say hi to me at Vamped.
Yeah, that's true. And if you want to follow Geeks Are Sexy, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. If you want more help with social media, go to thesocialmediamd.com. I can give you a free consultation today and help you with all your social media needs. So thanks, Frank, for coming on.
Thank you
Geeks
so
Are
much for
Sexy.
having me. It's always great to do this
Yeah.
show.
And people
You
can
have to
get
come
your
back every now and again.
Absolutely.
the
yeah.
album is on Spotify.
Huh?
The album is on Spotify.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So go
Yeah.
get that
Rock
album.
out. Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time on Geeks Are Sexy.